Over the last 20 years, at their most vulnerable time, more than 4,500 families with pediatric complex conditions have turned to Akron Children's Hospital's Hasslinger Pediatric Palliative Care Center.
I came to Akron Children's Hospital a little more than 20 years ago with an idea to create a holistic program for children and their families who were struggling with life-threatening conditions. If you've ever known a child diagnosed with a serious illness, you know that when something bad happens, the entire universe of that child, family, and community is disrupted. And just as the mission of Akron Children's Hospital is to serve every child and family as if that child were our own, we wanted to build a program that would treat every family the way we would want to be treated if we were going through a devastating experience. And that's what our program has been built on.
So I'm a pediatric critical care doctor, and about a quarter of what we do as ICU doctors is palliative care. What I learned when I came here, though, is that we had a division of palliative care, specialists who did only palliative care, and it was tough for me to figure out where to put that. But what I've learned over time as a parent who has two children, the capacity to grow and love both children is very similar to how I learned to really appreciate the value of palliative care. I love being an ICU doctor, and I was able to learn to love palliative care as well because our skills are complementary. And I think the folks who get the most benefit from this are our patients, who can get more from the two of us together because of both of our skills being used to their advantage than any of us as individual specialties.
I came to the Hasslinger Pediatric Palliative Care team as a fellow in 2004, just 2 years after the program started, and I was only the second fellow in the team. And after that, I joined the team full-time as Dr. Freebert's partner, and it's been a whirlwind ever since when we've grown and grown and grown.
20 years ago when I started this program, it was a crazy idea. It has now evolved to be really standard of care in pediatrics, and I'm very proud of the role that our team and our hospital has played in that evolution, not just across this region, but across the country and literally across the world.
One of the gems of our palliative care program here at Akron Children's Hospital is our fellowship. And we have 2 fellows per year. They get to work with our whole entire interdisciplinary team. We have such a full team with such breadth and depth.
My journey to palliative care started in September of 2000. Our second daughter was born with a chromosome disorder, trisomy 18, and we were blessed to have her for 13 days. And after that experience, part of my healing was volunteering here at the hospital. And then I decided to go back to school to become a social worker within the palliative care team. The role of a social worker is to be a true advocate for the families, to help them navigate these difficult systems within their communities. And you're kind of that beacon of hope for families, that encouragement to keep going forward.
One of the most challenging aspects of pediatric palliative care is helping a family navigate their child's end of life when that is part of their medical story. We look at their goals and try to support them before, during, and after their child's end of life.
One of the reasons the program has been so successful here in Akron is that we are surrounded by an amazing community that supports Akron Children's Hospital in so many ways. We are here and we have expanded because of the generosity of our community and the support of donors who have allowed us to grow in the many ways that we have. My hope for the future is that every child who has anything that they weren't expecting to deal with in childhood has a team around them to provide as much support as they need, and that we can continue to spread through education, training, advocacy, and good work in the community the mission that we have to really allow families to live alongside their serious illnesses as they go through this process.
Families like Marquita Batiste and her children who are living their best lives.
This is Naima Odin. We call her Miss O. She's 13, and she was born with cerebral palsy. We are living with cerebral palsy. Naima was a preemie, so we spent 2.5 months in the NICU, and it was a hard 2.5 months. And that was our beginning. So our therapist at the main campus at Children's Hospital referred us to palliative care because she saw that I needed help. And for us, that was the best thing in the world. They come in, they just say, have you thought about going to see these doctors for this, this, and this? We'll make those appointments. And they just take some of the books out of your book bag, so it's not as heavy. They're kind of like your safety system. You're on a tightrope, and you really think you know what you're doing. But the net is always there to protect you, and the harness is always there, and the harness is palliative. They just keep you straight. They help you as much as you need it. And when they think that you're no longer a caterpillar and you're a butterfly, they step back and they'll let you fly. Naima's first words was to the doctor in Palliative. We were in the hospital, and the first thing she said was, thank you. And we all just started crying because I was told she was going to be nonverbal. And Palliative tells you, okay, a diagnosis is not a life sentence. It is our jump off point. And she knows all their faces, all of them when they come in. Dr. Kathy is her favorite.
Hey, Marquita and Naima, how are you?
Because Dr. Kathy is so animated. So the minute Naima hears her voice, she just will start laughing. Dr. Freeberg, she's my mother goose. She keeps all the ducklings together. She's the one that taught me it's okay to step back and just be her mom.
I'm very attached to that child, and I think it's really, when I think about Naima and her family, they are why I do what I do and why we do what we do. And being able to build a system of care to help them thrive despite everything that they are challenged with, and to see that come to fruition is what we live for.
One of the other components of palliative care is that they take care of the entire family. Naima's older sister is Amira, and they are like peas in a pod. So they make sure that she's okay, because emotionally she goes through ups and downs with Naima. So Palliative looks at how the family is affected as a unit, and how can we make this as painless as possible for the whole family, not just their patient, which is unique. If I could say anything to the palliative care team, I would say thank you. Thank you for helping me focus when I couldn't even see. Thank you for aiding me in recognizing when I was overwhelmed and needed help. Thank you for loving both of my children. And I'm grateful for that. They are an extension of our family. Period.
I've watched this child since she was an infant, and I've watched this family grow through this experience, and there have been some really, really, really tough times. And despite those tough times, we see a family who is joyous, who celebrates, and who lives their best life. And really, that's what it's all about. That's why we're here.
I always kiss her hand. I always kiss Nia's hand. May I kiss again?